Minasan konnichiwa, this is Tina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing all varieties of the Biore UV Aqua Rich SPF line. If that sounds like your thing, then please go ahead and channel登録しちゃってください. So I am pretty sure that the Biore UV Aqua Rich SPF is one of the, if not the #1 most sold Japanese SPF globally, so I thought it was only right to dedicate a video on their full line. There are 5 varieties to my knowledge after doing some research, and there may have been more in the past, but these are the 5 varieties that are still available now. Biore does have a really wide variety of SPFs, but I am specifically talking about the Aqua Rich line in today's video. Oh, and we are talking about Biore Japan here, if that wasn't obvious already. Biore Japan does generally produce completely different products to, say, the Western market, and they are the front runner of the SPF market in Japan. The first one I'm going to be talking about is the Aqua Rich Watery Essence. This one is SPF 50+, PA++++, comes in 50 grams and usually retails for about 800 to 900 Japanese yen. This one is also available in a 1.7 bigger size at 85 grams. This is the big boy. This is definitely their #1 selling SPF out of all of the products in their line, and there is a reason why. I think this one is the closest to feeling like you're applying almost nothing to the skin, which usually is not a characteristic of SPFs. It has an incredibly lightweight, watery gel texture that just glides on the skin. It's white cast free and it doesn't leave any stickiness either. It does have a very subtle glow, which I prefer, although it definitely doesn't have any of that oily or filmy finish that some SPFs have. It also has skin benefiting ingredients like hyaluronic acid, royal jelly, and VG, which is where the name essence actually kind of comes from, meaning that it does have skincare benefits although being an SPF. Therefore, it is recommended to people who have drier skin, although as a side note, it does include alcohol to achieve that incredibly lightweight texture. It does also contain fragrance, which is said to smell like white muguet, is what they call it in Japan, but it is also known as lily of the valley. I can't tell you how many times I have repurchased this one since I was probably like 16 years old, so I have continued to repurchase this SPF for over 10 years now. I even remember the old packaging used to be like all this like light baby blue and had like orange dots or like orange writing or something. If you remember that packaging, like you're OG, like you've been using it for a really long time. Overall, it is just that incredibly lightweight sunscreen that just does not seem like a sunscreen. Next is the Aqua Rich Watery Gel. This one is also SPF 50+ and PA++++. This one usually comes in a 90ml bottle, which retails for 800 to 900 Japanese yen, and it is also available in the 1.7 times 155 ml, which is actually the bottle I have today. So this is the bigger than regular size version. The regular one is 90 ml. This one is not as mainstream as the Essence, but it has been around for just as long. And no, this one isn't just a bigger version of the Essence. It's actually a different formula. Texture-wise, I feel like this one is a little bit more liquidy or like lotion-like. It kind of just like runs down the skin a little bit more compared to the Essence. And while the Essence is a little bit more translucent looking, the gel has a bit more opaqueness to it. And it also has kind of these like little specks of white, I guess you could say, throughout the formula. Now this is actually because it is said to have toning up properties called hikariberu, which translates to light veil, like there is a veil of light or kind of glowiness or shimmeriness on your skin. Compared to a true tone up formula, I feel like this one's more like an optical illusion. It's like this light veil kind of reflects light and makes it look like your skin is kind of glowy, giving that tone up effect. This one also dries very quickly, even compared to the Essence, and it has even even more of a matte finish and absolutely no tackiness after it has dried down. And even though I said the essence has skin benefiting ingredients, the gel actually has those same ingredients. So in the end, I feel like it really comes down to user experience and which formula you personally like better. I will say the gel is more cost effective though, because it retails for about the same price as the essence, although it has almost double the amount of product. Both the essence and gel were updated with new technology in their formula a few years back called Micro Defense, where the formula includes micro UV cut capsules, which Japan uses this phrase UV cut a lot, but it just means like sun protection. It just means SPF. They essentially say they include these micro capsules which are supposed to help to seal in those cracks. But essentially they say these micro capsules are supposed to fill in the cracks and gaps in the formula. For example, when you've had it on for a while and the water content from the SPF evaporates, you can create kind of gaps in the formula. And also when you move a lot, like say you move your mouth a lot, or when you talk with SPF, they say that where your like lines form or where it's not a smooth surface, basically there can be gaps and cracks on the formula, and these micro capsules help to fill them out, so essentially no part of your skin is missed by sun protection, if that made any sense whatsoever. I don't know if this actually means anything because I ain't no scientist, but you do need to reapply, and a generous amount for full protection. Next I have the Aqua Rich Watery Essence Cool. This one is SPF 50 plus with PA++++ and comes in a 50-gram tube, retailing for the same price as the regular Aqua Rich, 800 to 900 Japanese yen. I'm not going to have a ton to say about this one because essentially it is a carbon copy of the regular Watery Essence. It just has a cooling feeling or cooling sensation added to it. I have talked about this in the past, but a lot of Japanese cosmetic products tend to include this cooling sensation to a lot of their products, especially during the summertime. They have it in skincare, makeup, especially in those body wipes and body refreshing products like the classic Sea Breeze. I don't know if you guys know it, but it's like a product that every high schooler in Japan owns in summertime. I must say I definitely reached for products like this more when I lived in Japan because the summers there are hot and humid and sticky. The only thing is that this cooling feeling is quite temporary, especially with this SPF. The ingredient that gives you that kind of cooling sensation is menthol, which you guys may know already from like chewing gum or cigarettes and stuff. And it's what gives that minty, cool feeling. Although I have read that menthol can be sensitizing to the skin depending on the person, so if you do have sensitive skin, maybe just avoid it to be safe. Personally, I did not feel any irritation whatsoever, and I felt that these two were completely interchangeable. They're essentially the exact same product. It's just that this one does have that slight refreshing, cooling feeling, even though it is temporary. If you are curious and kind of live in that hot, humid weather, you might enjoy the cooling sensation that this one gives. And I don't actually have the bottle with me today, but this cool version does also come in the gel formula if you do prefer the gel formula. So there is two versions of the cool. Yeah, it's kind of just like an interesting, I feel like Japanese thing to have this cooling sensation in the product, but that is that one. Lastly, I have the Aqua Rich Light Up Essence. This one is also like the others, SPF 50 plus with PA++++. This one comes in a 70-gram tube and retails for a little bit more than the others, 1,000 to 1,100 Japanese yen. This one is the newbie to the group. I think it was only released like a few years back and I hadn't tried it yet, but I did keep seeing it pop up on social media as well as Japanese beauty sites, so I was like, I think I finally need to give it a go. So here it is. First things first, I love the packaging. It is just a pop pop-off lid, unlike the other ones being twist top. I don't think it's like any of their products or any SPF products that I've tried, and I love it. It also has a really thin tip, so it's easy to apply and mess free, and you can also just like close it with one hand, which is kind of nice. Although this packaging may only be possible due to the formula. As you can see, the formula doesn't run out or anything. It is definitely creamier compared to the other ones in their range. It is more moisturizing than the others. So for someone who has dry skin like me, I really do like the way it leaves my skin feeling really nice and moisturized and plump. But it doesn't leave any tackiness. Like, not in the same way as the others. I feel like any SPF with like moisturizing benefits that leave your skin feeling nice and hydrated and moisturized, it usually have some sort of tackiness left behind. But this one, once it's dried down, it really doesn't have any stickiness to it, and it's just like nothing. It's just like really silky smooth on the skin. So quite an interesting formula that I feel like I haven't quite experienced before in a sunscreen. And the big selling point of this one is in its name as well, but it is the light up effect it has. So the formula is said to multiply and diffuse light to make your skin light up and look brighter and more even. Compared to the Aqua Rich gel, which is said to have tone up benefits as well, I feel like this one is definitely more of a significant effect. When I first applied it, I was a little bit like does this kind of tone up make me just look pasty, kind of ghastly and ashy, and it's just not like blending right to the skin. But once it does settle, like that glow and brightness continues for hours. I remember I wore it on a day that was pretty warm, so I didn't want to wear makeup. I kind of just chucked this on, went out for coffee, and a few hours later I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, my skin still looks really good. So for those days that you don't want to wear makeup but want to look bright and lively, I think it's definitely a winner. I would say I prefer to wear this one without makeup. They do say you can wear underneath makeup as a base, but occasionally, most of the time it was fine, but occasionally I felt like it did build up a little bit around kind of the nose and kind of mouth area where it creases, and it looked kind of white and dusty. I feel like if it is going to do that or have the chance of doing that, I'd rather go for something that's like completely transparent and not going to alter or affect my makeup. This one is also very highly recommended for the body in Japan because of its ease of application, but also to have that overall glowy bright look on your bud. For me, it is white cast free, although I can't say for sure for darker skin tones. So if you have tried it and you have darker toned skin, please drop a comment to let us all know how it applied. Lastly, like all of the other ones, it does contain alcohol and also fragrance, although I will say the alcohol seems to be less intense in this one. Like, I feel like I can't really smell it compared to the others. And the fragrance, they describe it as white floral, which please don't ask me to describe it any different because I don't know how to describe it, but I actually really like the fragrance. I think I prefer it over the regular Aqua Rich ranges. In conclusion, I would use the Biore UV Aqua Rich range as follows: Watery Essence as my everyday SPF, even when I wear makeup for the face. Watery Gel, probably for my body. I'm not the biggest fan of the formula. I definitely prefer the essence, so I would use this on my body since it is a bigger bottle and more affordable. Watery Essence Cool, as I said, interchangeably with this one, but I would probably try to keep this for the summer and use it up in the summer since it does have that cooling sensation. The Aqua Rich Light Up Essence as my face sunscreen for no makeup days to keep myself looking bright and lively and glowy. For reapplication, I would probably still go for the Aqua Rich Watery Essence. It's just unbelievably lightweight and such a nice watery texture that even if you reapply multiple times, it does not feel heavy. And out of the whole range, this one is still definitely my favorite, and I know I'm just going to continue buying it because it's just so affordable, so lightweight, and does not feel like you're wearing sunscreen. I hope you guys enjoyed the fully fledged review of the Aqua Rich series. Have you tried them all? And which one is your favorite? Please let me know in a comment below. And if you want to check out any more content by me, I will leave a couple of videos up for your entertainment. So give that a click, leave a little click, Man, I feel like I haven't filmed in so long. I'm hopeless. See you guys in the next one. Bye!